Hey everyone, the FOMC has come and gone. We have a 50 basis point cut from Powell, and we are watching for what comes next. We have key levels to be watching in the short term, some more key rejections from the clear resistance levels we were watching from yesterday. Let's see how we're shaping up for the rest of the week. So we had an initial bullish reaction to the announcement and then gave it back. That led to a lot of individual names rejecting right off key resistance or breaking it just barely before pulling back. So SPY, new all-time high, but closing near the low of the day. We held the low of yesterday by 4 pennies into the close. We have a little bit of a bounce going on after hours, but essentially the question is, do we break the stair-step bearish? We've been setting a higher low every day the last 5 days in a row now. If that breaks, what I then want to know is what's the response to first hourly oversold conditions? Does that mark a daily higher low, keeping these SPY bulls in full control coming off the all-time high? Or is this starting to get a bit rising wedgy with a bull break and no follow-through? As I keep saying, this is the most important support for me. If that is holding, the bulls have complete control. If we lose that level, it's time to take a step back and reassess that viewpoint. NASDAQ, our wall of resistance. We rejected from it at the high of the day this morning into a nice pullback, and then it was a break. I stopped out. So the way I was positioned, long lean my IRA, bull reaction, stop out all my hedges, IRA, everything going up. And then I was sitting there. I laid this out as part of my game plan on a morning live stream. If it's a bull reaction and I stop out of my hedges, I've got an order filled out to re-enter them. And I'm just waiting, watching the 1 minute stair step and looking for a spot where I can get back in. Because as we know, we often get an initial reaction and then it reverses. And I just wanted to protect against, worst case scenario, stop out your hedges and then give it all back. So I did get a real nice entry on SQQQ while live streaming the reaction. And I'm holding that now as my new hedge, essentially just traded out, stop out, re-enter shortly thereafter. But this resistance wall is still the resistance. And if we cannot turn that into support, we're not going anywhere. Bulls are still buying support as well. So it's not a very hard rejection just yet as far as, clearly rolling over into significant weakness. If we break this support zone more clearly, we're going to be increasing probabilities of a weekly lower high being set for a continued tightening range on the NASDAQ. But for now, bulls are still playing a little bit of defense at support, just like bears are certainly playing defense at resistance. SMH got right to resistance. Again, broke it just barely. 237.55. We broke it by 29 cents before the bears took back over. And here we are now testing the recent low, trying to roll over more convincingly. And again, we'll be watching it on the 2-day time frame to smooth it out a little bit. This equilibrium, NVDA, watching for the possibility that it is shaping up a weekly lower high. I like the 2-day. 2-day is nice and clear. Lower high set. Now we scout a higher low compared to 195 cents. XLV, looking for a daily higher low to try and form. Has not shaped up yet. Rejected from the high of yesterday by 11 pennies. XLF got close to the all-time high, but giving it back as well. Tons of space for a daily higher low. Same thing. I want to know what's the response to hourly oversold conditions if we get there on further daily consolidation. IWM, bull break, highest level in over a month. Big upper wick of profit taking. And again, a lot of these names also have space for hourly lower highs to try and shape up next bounce as well. But going to be watching closely tomorrow, of course. Do we follow through on the resistance rejections from all these things and break short-term supports? I mean, if you just show me the percentages on how we close today in the market, just looking at, my Fidelity screen, it doesn't look like an FOMC day at all. SPY down 0.3%, who cares? NASDAQ 0.4, XLF 0.3, IWM is flat. Nothing happened. As far as I'm concerned on the charts, there's no new information at this point. Aside from, the resistance levels we knew were resistance are still resistance. Tesla broke 235 by 60-something cents. XBI rejected from the 102's resistance zone again. Again, this is a 2-year high. and got right up to it, and just another rejection. We got real close. Was watching for that breakout, but bulls couldn't pull it off. So again, no new information for me today, which is why the next 2 days are going to give some more information, and then just taking it one day at a time. MSOS, if we break 674, the daily downtrend confirms, and the weekly lower high is set. The sector is still extremely bearish. TCNNF is still holding on way better. It did start its daily consolidation, but not close to hourly oversold. And I want to see what's the response to hourly oversold next time we get there. Are bulls aggressively buying dips? But no red flags at this point on the start of daily consolidation. Stopped out of my NIO swing attempt, break even. Red flag was yesterday. So daily bull flag confirms and you close at the low of the day. That's a red flag. Then there was a bearish headline today and a big drop. So now it's time for weekly consolidation. And I am not really interested in it at this point anymore. I'll keep an eye on it, big picture, but gave it an attempt. Stop out, that's that. PayPal was a swing report name we were keeping an eye on, looking for a weekly high or low on the back test of previous resistance, now support, weekly high or low set, and now we're testing the highs. PayPal stands out because of that daily candle closing strong. Yes, there's an upper wick, but there was a news headline that helped it be one of the better bull candles out there today. I don't even know what the headline was. Partner with Amazon, blah, blah, blah. So keeping an eye on the PayPal weekly, again, trying to put in a long-term bottom after trading sideways for a year plus. Got to get over 76.54 for that shift to continue to be underway. Dollar broke support, but no follow through. Still watching daily resistance, of course. The metals looked great. New all-time high on gold. The miners looked great and just gave it all back. So back into daily consolidation for gold. Back into daily consolidation for silver. And again, the miners, big turnaround. It's a 7-8% turnaround from big bull confirmation, multiple year highs, and then closing at the low of the day. So oil. Contract rolled over on oil futures. If you adjust, it's still a stair step, so we haven't topped out on the bounce just yet. But long story short, again, you know, the takeaway from today, resistance is still being defended, and we rejected from them. We're watching short-term supports. If they break, consolidation underway, possibility the NASDAQ, semiconductors, NVDA keep tightening up sideways into the end of September. And again, for me, nothing has changed about it. It's all about the weekly higher low supports and those being very important levels. And if they hold, the bigger picture is just fine. And if they are lost, things change. And we look for the potential of monthly consolidation. And that is that. Keeping it simple. And for me, you know, I'm still going to be patiently waiting. I haven't been taking as many new trades while I've been waiting for these sideways ranges to resolve themselves. And now it's just the NASDAQ and the semiconductors that we're waiting on. But still going to be patient and sitting on my hands a bit more while we're within those sideways ranges. Because again, you pump the gas as a trader when you're in price discovery and breaking out of tightening ranges. And you pump the brakes as a trader when you are tightening up and constricting and ranges are getting smaller and smaller. So question for tomorrow, can bears break short-term supports to follow through with the failure of resistance breaks today? And then it's all about the weekly. Hope things went all right for you. And I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to do good things.
What are you doing?